Business is full of ups and downs, so it helps to have a flexible way to pay. Try Business Essentials from O2 Business, the most flexible business tariff around. Hey guys, welcome to BTech. I'm Basil. This is an Xperia XA, newly announced a few moments ago at Mobile World Congress Barcelona. I am comparing it with the Samsung Galaxy S7 announced last night. The S7 is a pretty beautiful phone. You've got a 5.1-inch display, Quad HD resolution, but it's absolutely going to cost you flagship dollar. I'm going to tell you exactly how it stacks up against the Sony Xperia which is going to be a lower-end device that's going to cost a lot less, but could effectively give you a similar kind of performance where it counts, potentially. Well, let's start off by talking about the design, and you can see you've got metal bodies across both. Metal backing on the XA actually feels incredibly premium, nice and frosted. You've got glass back, however, a curved glass back on the S7, and the S7 really does feel like a beautiful, beautiful phone in the hand, very ergonomic and curvaceous, but it attracts fingerprints a lot more readily, as you can see. As far as the design goes, you've also got a physical button on the home, below the home screen. You've got this fingerprint scanner and a capacitive button either side, multitasking and a back button. No buttons on the Xperia X, instead you've just got front firing speakers. Right hand side you've got that fingerprint scanner. It's also a power button, so one touch unlocks your smartphone. You've got volume rocker, camera button, while down at the base is a micro USB connector. Left hand side you've just got a slot right there for a SIM card and an SD card, while up top 3.5mm jack. Now it's worth noting the S7 is indeed waterproof, whereas the XA, in a turn for the books for Sony, is not waterproof. Inside, the UIs have both been customized quite heavily. You've got Android under the hood, Marshmallow, but each custom take on Android, Samsung and Sony's. Flipboard briefing to the left-hand side of the Samsung screen can be switched off. You can see they've therefore got an array of home screens, an applications tray that you can then swipe through, and you've also got a pull-down notification bar as well. It's a two-tier pull-down bar, expanding to reveal quick toggles. As for Sony, you've got pull-down on a home screen to reveal an iOS universal search type thing. You've got applications tray, which you can see also has that same universal search or application search, and again a two-tier pull-down tray, but much more stock in terms of the Android experience. As for the screens, if we pull up closely, it's AMOLED versus an IPS panel, Quad HD versus Full HD. I can't make out any pixels in the 5-inch Full HD display on the Xperia X, but in the same breath, the AMOLED screen does pop beautifully. Really elegant, really nice device in general in the hand is the S7. But I'm actually more impressed than I thought I would with all the leaks around the X, especially considering it is a mid-ranger. Speaking of mid-ranger, let's talk about the processors. You've got a region-dependent processor on the S7. It's either going to be a Snapdragon 820 or an Exynos, but either way, you've got a lot of power there. As for the X, you've got a Snapdragon 650, so it's still a next-generation processor. It'll be as future-proofed as processors can get, but it won't quite have that oomph. Do still have 3 GB of RAM versus 4 GB of RAM. Moving on to the cameras, and you've got high-resolution 13-megapixel front-firing camera on the X, by contrast to I think it's either an 8-megapixel camera or a 5-megapixel camera. We can find this out pretty quickly if you can deal with enduring ugly mug. So let's flip it and tap on the cog, selfie, hello. 5 megapixel, there you go. It takes 5 megapixel images, so it can jump out of that. So that's versus a 13 megapixel camera. And around the back, it is a 12 megapixel snap with Samsung's new Bright Cell technology versus a 23 megapixel camera. 3000 milliamp battery under the hood, wireless charging, fast charging as well. You've got a 2600 or so milliamp battery under the hood on the Xperia X, but no wireless charging, but there is quick charge supported in Qualcomm's new chipset. There could be a lot of reason to opt for the Xperia X if indeed you don't need all the bells and whistles the Samsung Galaxy S7 has. If you've got any questions about either of them, fire them in the comments section below. If you like this video, a quick like, and of course if you like the channel, subscribe. That's how you're going to stay on top of everything that we do. Thanks for watching.